Well, good morning and happy Thanksgiving to everybody. And I'm sure everybody's excited about a break from the day, on a great day that we're expecting tomorrow. Lots of turkey, I hope. So with that, I am Bill Kanda, Custer County Chairman of the Board of Commissioners. Wednesday, November the 26th, 2025, and the time is 9:01. So let's please stand for the pledge.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, roll call, not Kelly, but Peggy.
Commissioner Campbell.
Here.
Commissioner Hepp.
Present.
Commissioner Vogelsong.
Here.
Attorney Dan Slater.
Here.
BOCC admin Caitlin Warner. Here. Deputy Clerk Kenny.
Thank you, Peggy. And we'll have a roll call with Jim and Jim. Jim. Okay. All right, we got, who's online besides Paul?
We got Rob Klein, Elliot Jackson, Bob Smith, and Custer County Landfill.
All right, great. All right, everybody's here. All right, so with that, any amendments to the agenda? Paul?
Yes, sir.
Lucas?
None.
I don't have any either. And do we have any minutes? I didn't see any.
None.
Okay. So that's out of the way. Commissioner items. Let's let Paul, since he's awake now, and
Awake. Been awake. I have animals with me. Anyway, everything seems to be going good. There was I don't know if you have a update, but a couple of counties went down on their emergency. Did you get that down in Highlands Ranch and everything that their emergency signal did not go out? And I just wondered if we were aware of it there, and they got hacked.
I haven't heard, and neither has Lucas. Anybody here had? I don't think.
Oh.
No sirens went off here.
I'll forward those to you also with Sheriff Smith. Yeah, let them know that there is some cyber attacks going on Highlands Ranch, and I believe I don't remember the other the other county, but it didn't affect us. But I'll get that out to all three of you.
Thanks, Paul.
Other than that, oversight for planning and zoning, and Cheyenne passed her test. She is now an inspector. So.
Good. Okay. Anything else?
Out of the loop for a little while here, for a couple of days.
Okay, well, you got more information on the state than we did, so thanks. Lucas.
I've been just working on the budget still. We got our liability numbers in. They are up 23% over last year. And this is only taking into account the years of 21, 22, and 23. So I would imagine we will continue to see increase. 38% of that increase came from the increased vehicles that we have. So we're going to have to really take a step and take a look at having vehicles around that we don't need to have. So we're going to really have to take a look at that. Insurance, open enrollment for health insurance is now done and complete. So we'll get the final numbers on that and plug those into the budget. Kind of went through the 50 fund yesterday morning.
Let me ask a quick question on health insurance. So that's what everybody has selected what they want now?
Yeah, or not selected what they
Or not?
want. So
I've got to do it yet. So I may
You gotta
break
do
the
it?
bank.
You're
I
past
may
the
break
date.
the bank. No,
You're
the
past the
date
date.
was the 8th.
8th of what?
I thought that's what Bob said.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well, I'm good with what it is.
Okay. All right.
Couldn't get him.
So, putting all that together, we'll see where we end up and move forward. So,
Okay, thanks.
on that, and then I'm looking at a grant, opiate grant to put all of our social services in one building. There's an opportunity for up to $750,000. So we're going to have some help writing that and see what we can do.
Yeah,
So,
be a great thing if we can do it.
yeah.
Good. Okay, well, I only have one item. Chair.
It's Thanksgiving Day, and I'm gonna be thanks for the fact that we have a great country, great county, great military, and a mediocre good Navy that the Air Force supports sometimes. But this is my
Tribute to Paul, who's gone, and for helping the Air Force meet the mission that it does. Thank you, Paul.
No problem.
Can you see the hat?
I see it.
Okay.
I can go get mine.
All right, well, I'm here representing you and the Air Force, so thanks, and thank you, everybody.
Appreciate it.
All right. Attorney items.
Nothing really. I've just been real busy working on a lot of different things, both with HR, with the sheriff's office, with finance, and so there's just a lot of things coming all at once, it seems.
Yeah. Okay. Good, thank you. And admin, nothing today. Okay. Well, shoot, we gotta get on with it then. Unfinished business.
Funds initiation for the USFS Title III PILT public comment. We had no public comment that came back, so I'll make a motion that we take those Title III PILT funds and we use those to pay for that Ladris study, evacuation study.
Or we should ask if there's any public comment here.
Oh,
Yeah,
I guess,
well-
is there any public comment today on that?
Not a motion yet, but you moved it, I'll second it.
Okay.
Any comment? What's the amount?
48,000 even.
We have a budget. Is that different from the budget resolution coming up?
The budget resolution just transfers it from there to the other fund.
Any other comments? None? Okay, hearing none, I'll call for that vote. All in favor of accepting the funds initiation USFS Title III PILT public funds, say aye. Lucas?
Aye.
Paul?
Aye.
Kanda, aye. Thank you. Now we've got the budget resolution.
So the budget resolution is to, for transferring that sum of money from the general fund into the emergency services fund that is paying for this study. This was a study that was largely asked for by the sheriff's department and the sheriff, and working in conjunction with the OEM, the commissioners, and the fire department, the Wet Mountain Fire District. So it's transferring 48,000 from general fund into the emergency services fund. Yeah, that's what the resolution is.
Okay, I move that we accepting the resolution.
You want me to second that one? I'll second that one.
Okay, he's been moved and seconded to adopt the resolution 2548 budget amendment Title III PILT. Any other comments? Comments out loud? Go ahead.
Just a question, is the budget resolution the entirety of the full funds?
Yes, that is what it was remaining that we had to have allocated and spent by September of next year.
Okay, good question. Any other comments online? Okay, hearing none, I'll call for that vote to adopt budget resolution 2548. All in favor, say aye. Lucas?
Aye.
Paul?
Wilkerson, aye.
Kanda, aye. Okay, accounts payable.
So I'll run through, this was a big month. I'll run through all the invoices that were roughly 5,000 and more. Finance, Redlands Accounting, it's for September and October's billing at 5,000 a month and the total of $10,000. County Attorney Dan Slater, $4,700. Elections and registration to KP LLC for ballots, envelopes, and mailing, $9,798. County Assessor for the government software assurance, it's his software contract yearly at $32,737. Buildings and grounds to CenturyLink account, our main account, at $5,193.38. Buildings and grounds TA Customs for the 2022 F-150 repairs for the sheriff's office, $6,210. Garen Ross and Donardo for the 2024 audit. This got split out amongst DHS, OEM, Road and Bridge, and other county departments at $84,281.23. This was a $4,281 increase from last year. District Attorney, it's Office of the DA, the December budget, $12,608.49. Road and Bridge to Seifert Enterprises, base and gravel at $26,235. Public Health, Avive Solutions, it's for AEDs in the amount of $10,000. Emergency Services, Colorado Fire Camp Operations, $9,421. Emergency Services to Ladris Technologies, CWPP evacuation study that we transferred the $48,000 for, and we took the remainder out of the budget for $51,450. Pest and Weed Control, Fremont County Weed Management for the 2025 weed management, $12,500. County Sheriff, Farmer State Bank, 3 SO vehicle payments. These are the 2 Silverados and the Ranger at $26,422. So our total came out to be $364,484.93. Get that?
Did the, it's different than this one.
Yeah, it's not that one. This is the true number here.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, because there's a second, there's a second.
What's the second one?
Back here.
Oh, there.
364,484.93. You're welcome.
Okay, I move that we accept the AP report for
Okay.
taxes through 11/25, I believe.
1126.
11/26.
I'll
And I
second
heard a
that.
second. Okay, seconded by Paul. Any comments, questions here?
So I will say this, we've been working on the CenturyLink, going through every single phone line, fax line, DSL line. We've cut so far around $1,400 out of that monthly bill so far, and we're digging deeper. So we'll get that cleaned up and monitored on a yearly basis here moving forward. So.
Okay, any other comments? Hearing none, I'll call for that vote. Accept the accounts payable report as is, as stated. All in favor say aye. Paul?
Aye.
Lucas?
Aye.
And aye. Next up, Arley Riggs Bighorn Sheet Painting. Who's got that?
So there's a painting that hangs up in our, well, it used to be the old commissioner room, but the break room. The family would like that Arley Riggs gave that to the county. They would kind of like that painting back, from what I understand. So it's just whether we want to give that back. I'm okay with it personally.
Yeah, I think, I don't see any reason why not. Paul, you?
We really don't have any open door for, for regular storefront or anything. I'd say
Yeah.
if their request would be good.
I don't have any objection by acclamation. We can just accept that, send it back, or give it back.
Well, I'll just make a motion that we give back to the Arley Riggs family the Bighorn Sheet painting.
Okay, I'll second that. Okay, all in favor of giving back the Arley Riggs Bighorn Sheet Painting, say aye. Paul?
Aye.
Canada, aye. Lucas?
Aye.
Just give it to me and I give it to Bill.
Very good.
Okay, thank you, guys. Next up is the Custer County Child Care and Early Child Care Needs Assessment Request for Proposal. We did that one last time, yes, that's Mount.
Stacy on?
Stacy, there?
No, I thought she was wondering what she thought.
Okay, so this is just an RFP to go out for early childhood community needs assessment and financial ecosystem analysis. So she's got a grant to do this. It looks like the grant is going to cover 100% of the cost.
It is.
So this will be like the housing needs assessment that Westcliff, Silvercliff, and us went together on. It's kind of the same process. They'll interview, they'll conduct studies, and we'll get a report back.
Yeah.
So I'll make a motion to move to accept the Custer County Child Care and Early Childhood Needs Assessment request for proposal.
I'll second that. And this is just a pass-through anyway, so it's a good thing we got it.
Yep.
Any other questions? Open it up. Okay, all in favor of, I'll say it again, but, accepting, we gotta accept it, so, what are we doing?
Well, it wouldn't accept, it's not
It's-
adopt. It's more like
To issue.
to issue. Yeah, right, issue.
That's, okay, I move that to issue the
Custer
Custer County Child Care Early Childhood Needs Assessment Request for Proposal.
Sounds good.
All in favor, say aye. Paul?
Second that.
And I.
Aye.
Thank you. Yeah, what happened to the, cease and desist? Is that it? Yep, there it is. Okay, next up is the issuance of the cease and desist order for violation of tire disposal regulations.
So, this has been an issue that I think a number of county agencies have been concerned about regarding the property in Custer County that I believe recently had a fire, but there are a number of environmental concerns on this property. In particular, a lot of tires that have become both a health risk and a fire risk, and that are clearly violating state law with respect to disposal of tires. State law gives the county and the state health department, I'm not sure which department, but it gives the state department co-equal right to enforce the law with respect to tire disposal. And essentially the state and the county have been pointing at each other saying, why don't you do something? So at this point, I think we've just decided from a staff level that we need to do something. And the first step is for the county commissioners to authorize issuance of a cease and desist order. And if that is not complied with, then the next step would be for us to file something in the district court, county court, to require and mandate that the landowner follow tire disposal regulations. So this is basically what we're asking commissioners to do, is to adopt a motion to issue a cease and desist order, or at least authorize the county attorney and or planning and zoning to issue a cease and desist order with respect to these tires.
Hey, how many days do they have? For 30 days? What is?
I was in the process of pulling up the the statute on here. I don't remember how many days they have.
For whatever it is.
We'll follow whatever the statute says.
Okay, all right. I'll move that you said adopt,
Authorize the county
Actually,
attorney, or direct the county attorney and or planning and zoning to issue a cease and desist order.
okay, I move that we we ask the county attorney and the Department of Planning and Zoning to issue a cease and desist order for violation of disposal of tires, or the regulations that are stated in statute are not being met, so move that we do that.
I'll second.
Okay, it's been moved and seconded. Any discussion on this motion?
I'm fully aware.
It's Elliot Jackson.
Elliot, go ahead.
I just wanted to ask, is this for a specific instance, or is this going to be just general county policy going forward?
This is a specific instance.
Okay,
It's only issued, we could never do a policy on it. It's a law that's stated, and if you're going to receive tires as a business, when taking tires from gas stations and people to dispose of them on your property, you have to have a license to do that. You have to have a certificate authorizing you to do that, and you have to have the facilities that's adequate to handle that. None
Got
of
it.
which are in compliance here.
all right, thank you.
Okay. Any other comments?
We will have to ensure somehow, some way, we stay consistent across the board with our citizens if we're gonna do
Right.
this for this specific piece of property. There's probably other properties that do meet the same standard of violation.
I
Possibly.
think generally, the process is that if someone makes a complaint to planning and zoning, they would investigate it, and if they feel it's an issue, they bring it to.
Right.
This is a situation that we've received not one, but multiple complaints from multiple different citizens.
And in fact, if it was a business, they would have to have a SUP from us to have that business in the first place. And right now, there are no SUPs are issued from anybody to operate a tire business. So that would have to be, if we see that the tires are growing, and, a guy can throw stuff on his place as long as it doesn't affect the health and safety of the adjoining neighbor.
Okay, just
Good point.
making a statement.
That's good for the public. Okay, I'll call for a vote on that then, to adopt the issue of the cease and desist order for the tire disposal. All in favor, say aye. Lucas?
Aye.
Paul?
Louis, aye.
Aye. All right. Next up is the hiring freeze. Go ahead.
So I put this together. I have seen scope growth or staffing growth throughout this last year that is contrary to budgeted plans that were put forth in the 24 year calendar year for the 25 budget. And I think we need to get a handle on this. We have enough problems with our budget and keeping our taxes low. We need to really watch what all of us do when it comes to growing our staff. Because it's not just one person, then it's the wage increases over the years that will be contained within that. So I'm just proposing here to initiate a freeze on all hiring of new employees for Custer County government. We are tasked with the oversight. Budgets are tight, and we want to keep our taxes low, and use the revenues appropriately. This is not only for the remainder of this year, but in the upcoming future budgets. If there's an exception we've put in there, department heads or elected officials may request an exception to this policy from the Board of County Commissioners, which may be granted by the board for good cause shown extraordinary circumstances. So I just wanted to bring this forth to us so we can maintain our budgets and maintain our growth at a respectable rate.
Okay.
I was gonna say, the other thing that the resolution does is it encourages departments and elected officials to come up with a staffing plan. And if they do that and bring that to the Board of County Commissioners, then the board could, department by department, exclude that department from hiring. Sure. They come up with a staffing plan. If you want, okay.
Paul, you got any comments? And then I'll make a comment.
Yeah, we discussed this quite a bit and everything, but with wages going up, insurance went up, and benefits, along with the cost of operations, is kind of drives this where we can actually get a control on it. And it's a good thing to do is just figure out what we can and what we cannot afford next year.
Okay, all right, here's my 2 cents. I agree, but I want to clarify a few things. It really puts meat into what really should happen anyway. A department, when we set a budget at the beginning of the year, that's what we expect them to operate in. And they have full authority to move that money how they, to meet their mission, especially the elected officials, right? Their mission is theirs to do, and we need to understand that and fund that. And in theory, when we do that, at the beginning of the year, we understand the mission and their projected needs for that year. And if they need additional bodies to meet that mission, then during the year, normally they should look and see, can they meet their budget? And they need to talk to the commissioner in charge of that line of business or whatever, and see if it needs to go to the board to make sure we're not we're doing exactly what this says, in my view. So I think it's a good thing. It's like making sure people are aware of it. You know, it's one thing to say you can move the money the way you want. It's another one to make sure if you do, you can support it in the future, just like you said. That's very critical, because if we don't stay in our budget, we can't print money.
Right.
So that's key. So I think it's what we are trying to do. It's a business that we need to do. It's a policy. It's in effect a resolution that's a policy, basically, that we need to follow. And certainly, if you need to hire somebody and we've got to move money from somebody else because it's that critical, then the exception is a good thing to do, and we approve it. That's what we would have done informally.
Be aware. That's all.
So I think it's a good thing. It may be, like you say, we wordsmith some things differently to make sure it's understood clearly. But I like it.
Good.
Any comments? Well, I'll call comments now, and then we can just vote. Go ahead, Jim.
Well, I'm a little confused. Process-wise, in your budgeting process, for the next fiscal year, aren't the staffing needs to meet the missions for that next year anticipated and included in the budget?
That's what I just said, yes.
It is, but we have seen.
How does that get overridden?
Because we have seen growth, because we don't have necessarily a process with elected officials adding staff at any point in time. So this will now force any time during the year. So you've come up with your staffing plans, so to speak, in your budget, and then you want to add people, you're now going to have to come before the board to do that. Because otherwise,
Why wouldn't they have had to anyway?
That's what we just said. It's really a process
Because
that should be followed, but in the past, a department, could be any department, sees an opportunity because they got the money, let's just do it. And if they don't let the managing commissioner that has that line know in time, and that managing commissioner should be the one that takes it.
So it sounds to me what you're saying is that certain conditions seem to imply that one has greater control over their budget than they actually do. And in a sense, are hiring people because the money's there, not because they budget for it.
That's true.
Okay, so.
It's not that they have more power, it's just that they don't have, we are the only people that can spend the money in the county, and we're the ones that are accountable.
I understand that.
And so we want to make sure they don't put us in a jam because we've got to support something for the next year. Which, in fact, the way we would do it, if that happened, would be to fire the guy that they hired because they can't support it.
Yeah, I mean, my experience has always simply been that if you haven't budgeted for a new position, you don't get it.
That's right.
Without some kind of.
That's true.
Because you're supposed to know what you're going to have to do.
That's right.
Next year.
And like I've said before in the past, Jim, we could speak to it too. Things are coming around because we're operating that way. We haven't operated that way. It's several years ago, and it's coming around now where we've got the commissioners more focused on the lines of business that they're accountable for, and it's helping.
If I may add to that, Road and Bridge kind of did a little bit of that because they had a vacancy and they had two part-timers come aboard, and that did save us quite a bit of money in salaries.
Yeah. Okay. So we're not complicating what we should be doing anyway. We're just getting it
Works.
written down. Yeah. Might. Okay. And we can certainly throw it away later if there's no reason to keep it because the policies have been there and things are operating. My view. Any other comments? Okay, so I'll call for a vote on resolution. Oh, I'll move that we adopt resolution 2549.
I'll second that.
You want it, or should we give it to him?
Give it to him.
Good. Okay, any other comments? Hearing none, I'll call for that vote. All in favor of adopting 2549, say aye. Paul?
Aye.
Yes.
Aye.
And aye. Okay, dedicated service award.
What's this for
You
again?
should-
Sorry.
The bonuses.
Oh, the bonuses.
Awards.
We've always done this prior to the AP that goes out before Thanksgiving. Well, I shouldn't say we always have done it.
We did it.
We have,
the other
we
day.
did it last year. I will say, I know that.
I remember doing it.
Is that something we want to do again and make it for the APB? That'll be after Christmas or
Is it?
what,
10.
the 10th? No.
So you would put it on that agenda, is that what you're saying? Or what are you talking about? Repeat that.
So do we want to make it for, do we want to agree to do this and what amount do we want to do for December's AP?
Okay, so you
Or not AP run, but payroll.
okay, so
run.
you got the dollars, guy, so what amount would you recommend?
Last year we did $100.
$100.
Yeah.
And I think we've got that.
Right? Was it
After
more?
taxes, it comes out to about.
Yeah, so we did 100.
Yeah, we did 100, whatever it takes to make it after taxes.
Yes. Yeah. So, do we want to do the same thing this year? And it'll be Christmas or New Year's instead of Thanksgiving.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
Okay, so is there a motion? Did you move to do
I
that?
didn't make a motion.
Okay, I'll second.
I didn't make a motion.
You did?
I didn't.
Oh, I thought you said I
I
did.
did not.
Okay, then I won't second that. Give us a motion.
I'll make a motion to pay all employees $100 other than elected officials. Other than us elected officials, $100, and that will be after taxes.
Last year was $120.
And that did it.
Uh,
Well, I would, that'll be different for everybody, so I like the after-tax thing, if they can make that calculation.
Yeah, we can easily make that calculation.
Let's just do
It's
that,
just a
because then
special
everybody
payroll.
gets 100, and some wouldn't, because of the difference in pay rate or pay level,
Yeah, taxing levels.
taxes.
Okay. My motion stands at
Okay,
100.
I'll second that one.
Okay.
Any other comments? Paul, you got anything?
I think it's a good thing.
Yep. Okay, I'll call for that vote. All in favor of the.
Public comment.
No comments out here. Okay, let's call for that vote on the, as presented, the dedicated service award for $100 after taxes to all employees. Say aye. Lucas?
Aye.
Paul?
Focus on.
Aye. Okay.
Just for the record, I think all of you technically have a conflict of interest on that, but you can't, you have to vote on it by definition. There's nobody else that can vote on it. As your county employees yourselves.
Right, but we.
True, but we excluded us,
Oh, I didn't hear
elected
that.
officials.
I didn't hear that.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
They did.
We excluded.
I believe it.
Jim would have typed right up.
Otherwise, you're right, we do.
But I mean,
The two Jims will have to vote.
but at the end of
That
the
happens
situation, you
sometimes
don't have a
anyway.
choice.
You
I
have
mean,
no
like
choice.
having on health insurance,
Yeah,
you technically have a conflict as well, but again,
Very
things
true.
that you have to vote on.
yeah.
That's it.
Okay, thanks.
Sorry.
No, good.
So did we take the vote? We did then.
Yes.
Yeah, we took it up. Yep.
Make sure we don't have to re-vote.
But again,
All right, additional items of business.
I have a question for clarification because my calendar's been stuff.
Yes, sir.
We're not meeting on next Wednesday, right? Because it's the first Wednesday.
Correct.
I have us meeting on the 8th for zoning resolution, but then I got an invitation from Caitlin for the 15th for a special meeting. Are we doing both of those or just the 15th? We're doing both Monday the 8th and Monday the 15th.
Yes, the one on the 8th is for the planning and zoning resolutions, and then the one on the 15th is to adopt the budget.
Gotcha.
Right.
Sorry, that's well, that's really,
Okay.
gotcha.
Yeah, we did move that to the 15th because we've got, we were gonna do it on the 10th, but we've got mill levy certificates to do that same date, so we figured we'd better do it at the 15th. So, move that out.
Okay. Additional items of business. Looking forward to anything.
I will have something on the agenda for the 10th to use Baseline Engineering to basically do our bid process for us. So I'll have that contract in front of us. I'll send that to Dan from Baseline. But they're going to do basically because we don't have a person within our county that does that. I asked
You
them
might
to
tell
do a
everybody what
contract.
baseline is. so it's-
Baseline Engineering is doing the sidewalk project engineering and design. They'll also do our RFP for our bidding process and go out for that. And we'll try to start that as early in the spring as possible next year. And then that'll,
Still have the money.
yep, it's all still there. Got an extra 50,000 this year to kind of help with that RFP process and any inflation growth that we had there. So it looks like it should still all cover it and be done by, I don't know, hopefully August. So, but yeah, that'll be coming up.
Paul, you got anything coming up?
Yeah, one thing, I did send the two of you that email on that cyber attack, and Sheriff Smith came back and said that a similar attack was occurred on Everbridge system, which we rely on. However, they immediately upgraded and security system included dual factors. And he just put in there that one of the problems we have is in our Everbridge is that not everybody has a cell phone or monitors it. And that was just his comment. And it was a stabbing in Highlands Ranch is what they were going to try to put out this code red, and it was down and it had been hacked. So anyway, we just got to be careful.
Good, thank you. Okay, I have one item too that I'd like to bring up, and maybe, I don't know what meeting yet. But I had a long meeting with Ricky Schroeder and the team, the engineering team that's working the anti-pornography resolution that we worked up. And it was with the Israeli company that actually has the software that is capable of blocking all pornography and other, however you define it, violent acts, could be sadistic stuff, whatever, to municipalities, to sheriff's offices, to all public agencies, libraries and stuff, is available. And it's very good. There's two kinds of it, and it's like an app, and we can actually proceed with that as a county today if we wanted to. So I'd like to consider that at some point. The app itself, in order to get it on, to get the certification and license for it, it's about $1 a device. So if we got 90 computers and 25 cell phones in the county, then we could block it all to that. And then the library, we could make it available for the other districts in the counties to adopt and pay for their own stuff. But I can't imagine why anybody would want to allow that to happen, because we've seen it happen even on our machines. Stuff gets on our machines and has in the past. So we can take a step forward, and we're going to be working with 3 other counties, Mesa County and Montrose and a couple others, to do the same thing, so that we've got a baseline to see how's it working, is it working out, and then go forward with another, in parallel, a resolution to take as a referendum to the state of Colorado, the people of Colorado, to make it a statewide statute would ban pornography in municipalities, the state level, government, federal government, etc., state government. So something to consider. Things are moving along, technology's catching up. The next step would be after that, as technology improves, so you can take it down to the household and block it to your home and verify by licenses. They can do that now, whether it's a legitimate Colorado state license that says I am over the age of 18, I can watch whatever I want. But if a company, a provider, has found that they have allowed that to go to some minors, then you have the ability to turn it off at the provider end, so they lose all their customers worldwide. That could happen, or nationwide, if that's where the technology is headed. And that's down the road. We don't know when, but it would be nice, because right now they always let the parents control it. They say, "Is your kid? Are you over 18?" And the kid can say yes and pretend he's his parent. So that's good progress. So I'll bring this other issue as a county ourselves. We can take the initiative now and help our other districts limit it to our county and devices.
So I've talked to IT Contract Services, and they're going to be doing this for us moving forward, so in our fees that we pay. So
It's good.
be a good thing.
Yeah. All right, good. And the other thing is road and bridge. Everybody, man, we've got bombarded by people saying, "You county commissioners, you don't even know what your road and bridge guys are doing. They're not out here. Why aren't the roads graded?" All that. We've been getting bombarded. And every meeting that I have, I state always that we're doing our best to prioritize the roads per need. And the first priority is, are there people on the road that are sick and their health is at stake and they can die if you don't get them plowed out? That's paramount. And then the others are priority by volume, and where the people are, people not got to get to work. Unfortunately, a lot of things happen. We don't have enough money to get enough graders to do everything at once. That's an issue. And the other thing is, we have had people that are sick and have on the road and bridge. So we lose a grader once in a while, or we lose a truck. So we just want to make people aware of that, and we'll try to get notices out and work that later, give people a place to go. We do have a website, and we're going to look into making sure that those notices public notices can go out on and be updated. The last one that was done was about, I think it was in May of this last year, talking about I think it was Oak Creek, issues on Oak Creek at that time. So we need to keep that up so everybody can get the data, but it's always posted. We always have meetings. We try to keep everybody up to date on what's going on, but we can't be current because a snowstorm could happen the day after tomorrow after this meeting's over, and we can't tell you how many guys are absent from our own bridge today, because it could happen. Just let you know, be patient. We're trying our best with the dollars we have. And
Bill, can I ask a
go ahead.
question about that?
Yeah. Go
I-
ahead, Elliot.
Yeah, I've been thinking for some time it might be an interesting thing for Valley News to do like a Q&A with some members of Road and Bridge to kind of get some of this information out. The other thing I would suggest, and maybe Paul, the best person to talk to about this, is if some of these notices can come to us in Valley News, like, hey, we're going to be grading Oak Creek grade today or something, we can post that and people will get a better idea. We'd be very interested in working with the county on that.
Yeah, that would be great. As a matter of fact, that's if we had a full-time PIO, and maybe someday we will here, we would like to get that, but right now, we'll work on a way that we make, I believe, the elected officials and the department heads can, if something's coming up, and especially road and bridge wise, they can come up and submit a, here's the status. Also, what we're doing is we're making sure that the posse, the sheriff's posse, is on the job with the road and bridge if they're doing something that's dangerous, like grading the road, and we've had people almost kill themselves as well as our own people on the road because they're speeding. And everybody complains about the speed, but speed kills, and we're trying to, and not only does it kill people, but it kills the road because you hit a bump, your tire bumps up, and the springs and the shocks push it back down, and that scoops it out. If you're going fast, the faster you go, the more it pounds, and the deeper it goes, and pretty soon you got a washboard that develops almost instantly, it seems. And so speed will help us save money as well if we can control those speeds. So we got signs up, we've got message boards that we use, and the issuing of tickets to slow people down. So thank you for your comment, and then we'll try to come up with ways that we, without overloading our IT, the IT guy is not the guy that's posting these. He's the guy writing them. He's the guy that makes the sites available for the people to post them into our departments. So we'll work out a way of trying to get the word out better and to the papers. All right, that's a comment there. Any other comments? Jim?
Yeah, I just had one, and I don't mean to use your the pornography thing as the example, but it's just generally, while I agree wholeheartedly with the government's control of its assets, its computers, its phones that it gives people, and the libraries or other organizations who want to do something like that, that's fine. But I did hear that ultimately into households, that to me has the dangers of running into issues of First Amendment, etc. So I'd be concerned about anything mandating coverage of households versus offering if they so desire type of thing.
Yeah, that's actually what would happen. And that would be up to the parent then to decide if this kid can, just like if you have a license to distribute booze, and if a parent wants to give their kids booze, let them do it. But that's dangerous too, you know. They shouldn't do it, and if they get caught doing that, they get in trouble.
Well, that's not quite the same analogy, but
It sort of is. I sure don't want my kid looking at pornography, or early, I don't care if he's 18 or over, necessarily. But anyway, good point. Thanks, Jim. Okay, now, you might have noticed we didn't do an invocation because I'd like to do Lucas to do the benediction because it is Thanksgiving, and it's a great time to give thanks for everything, the opportunities we have here in this state and in this county especially. Lucas?
All right, please join me in the benediction. Lord, I just thank you for the citizens who live in this county. I just pray that you'd pour out your blessing upon them, the sick, the needy, those who just live here and work here. Lord, I just pray, Lord, that you bring us all together, that we could work together, share together, be together during this Thanksgiving time. And we just ask for you to pour out your blessing upon this county. And I pray all these things in your name. Amen.
Amen. And with that, we'll adjourn the meeting at 9:49. I can't believe it's still in the 9 o'clock hour, or did we really do that? All right, thanks.
Very good.